It's 23rd December. It is my third night shift, and let's see how it will go today. What we need to do today, me and Thomas over here, we get to replace THS Actuator, or Trimable Horizontal Stabilizer Actuator. And first job, since this should be vlog, is to find all the tools. So this is a place where we store most of the big size tools. So let's find it. And the tool which we need has one on C10. Up. Yep. So we have our tool, and we can go back to hangar 2. And yeah, why I want to show you this, because the preparation is sometimes the most time consuming. To prepare all the tools, to find all the tools. The job itself is more or less easy, but to get it on the place, order all material, and yeah, bring all the tools, that can take sometimes more than job itself. Good, let's go. Yeah, this is our C-check spot. And this airplane is under huge check. Look on the nose. Everything is stripped away. Yeah, we can come here a bit later on. Now we have something else to do. It is also interesting. Actually, except this, the board package is not that big on our airplane. So yeah, the rest of the guys, I think we'll be able to handle it, and let's see how far we get. Our airplane is already here in the dock, so it's time to start. So this is a tool which we're gonna use for it. Doesn't really look like something would you need for replacement of the actuator, but when we place it inside of the tail, you will see. And yes, thanks to manual, it should be very easy, but on the manual you can't really see where to place it on the airplane. You just know how to assemble the tool. So it was a lot of reading, a lot of looking around to find the spots where the tool need to be installed. So yeah, in the end you will get shorter version, because otherwise it will be very long and boring video, and I don't want that. It took us a lot of time to go through the manuals and find all attachment points, but once we found them, the installation was quite straightforward, as you can see on the video. And again, we have everything pulled out, all the CBs, hydraulic, the pressure from the hydraulic tanks is released already. So we need to predict what needs to be done on the airplane. So there is some work in the cargos, which is open already, because without pressure in the tanks, we cannot operate the hydraulic system. And yeah, same if there is work on the flaps, we need to extend them before we start to work on such a component like THS. So you need to really think everything through and prepare the whole airplane for all kind of possibilities to prevent delays of the work. So this is more or less what I want to show you now. We already have all the blind caps, we have all the tools upstairs. We spend a lot of time with this, as always, so now we can finally start to work. So let's go. All connectors have been already removed, and now I'm removing all safety components like lock wires, lock washers, and for example cotter pins as well. When that's done, we start with removal of all brackets, because all the cables, all hoses need to be secured on the place, but they need to be removed from the actuator. Then as well all the bonding leads, because THS Actuator has a lot of them. And before we start with the job, we set the Trimable horizontal stabilizer to 0 position, and that's very important because now we need to secure the drive shaft with the rigging pin, and then we need to install 0 position tool between THS Actuator and the nut assembly. There are 2 dedicated spots where it needs to sit. The hole is on the nut assembly and the notch is on the THS Actuator, but I'll show you this when we pull the actuator out. Then we install manual cranking stop tool on both sides of the nut assembly, and this will prevent unwanted turning of the nut assembly. Once that's done, I can remove the drive shaft. After that, we remove hydraulic hoses from both sides, because THS Actuator is supplied by 2 independent hydraulic systems. After that, we'll install adjustable rod under THS, which will help us later on to remove the actuator. Here, safety first. Out. Good. Leave it open, because we need to go down with it later. As a next, I disconnect secondary upper attachment, which means that we removed electrical load sensing device. And later on I'll explain the function of this thing, but yeah, we need to remove it at the moment. Then we adjust position of the transport frame. That's the part which looks like a fork. Because once we remove the pins from upper and lower attachments, the weight of the actuator will remain only on this transport frame. And as you can see, we just move out the pin from the upper primary attachment. And after that, we need to disconnect the primary lower attachment, which means that we need to loose the nut from anti-rotation brackets, then loose and remove secondary pins, and only then we can loose the primary pins and then remove them. And from this point, really the weight of the actuator rests on the transport frame. And as a next step, we need to use a support strut to lower the whole THS 8 degrees nose down, and thanks to that we'll get the space. And that's really important, because without that we will not be able to swing the actuator to down position. And once we do that, we just disconnect all the rods, remove the actuator from the frame, and we lower it from the airplane. And this is ELSD, or electrical load sensing device. And what is it good for? If something happened to primary upper attachment and it breaks, for example, the secondary upper attachment takes over, but this device sends it and inform about it crew. And immediately after this information, we need to inspect the Trimable horizontal stabilizer. It was introduced to solve silent failure problem. You can look at it as a watchdog of the stabilizer backup system. Now it is finally a bit spacious, and here you can see what it holds. So this is upper attachment with a secondary attachment. That's for the box which I showed you down there. And this is lower attachment, or the attachment which holds the THS. Now we move it to 8 degrees, so we can swing the actuator out on this tool. And now we just need to inspect everything, if there is no corrosion anywhere. Here, of course, up there. And yeah, once that's done, we can start with the installation. And it's very late, so we need to start. Which means that we did everything in reverse order. We lift the new actuator inside, place it on the spot thanks to transportable frame. And then we start with the upper attachment, which means that we insert pin on both sides, secure it with the bolts, and then we install secondary upper attachment. Then we leave THS to 0 position and start with the primary lower attachment, which means that we insert again the primary pins, then secondary pins, torque them on the place, and we secure them with anti-rotation bracket. And once actuator was on the place, we dismantled the tool so we have more space, because from this point we just need to install everything back on the actuator, which means all the brackets, all the bonding leads, hydraulic connection need to be installed and torqued, and of course all connectors. And meanwhile guys are fighting in THS compartment to finish the actuator. I'm already in the office and writing everything down because unfortunately we'll not be able to finish the installation, so we need to prepare everything for day shift and they will know where to continue. And after all this, I went again to THS compartment to perform duplicate inspection to check if everything is correctly installed, if we didn't leave something behind. And when I'm happy with the result, I will sign our work step, hand over the work order and all the information to next crew, and I will go to change. It's December 24th, almost 6 in the morning, and yeah, my shift finished just now. We got with the THS all the way to the tests, but then yeah, we finished our job, write everything down, and they should need to continue. Yeah, I'll be back this evening, and look, finally we have a snowfall. Maybe we're gonna have a white Christmas. Who knows? See you at evening. Ciao.